Hi. Alright, so, you know when you ask yourself, okay, this is what I see. Somebody asks themselves a question, like, is that for me? Is that for me? Should I do that? And it's like, nah. Um, like, it's a pretty clear answer, basically. It doesn't have to be a no for all of you. I forget these are general. I kind of wish I could go back to the beginning when I knew less than I know now. Doesn't Bob Dylan talk about that? I wish I knew what I knew then, but what a person knew then was actually less than what they know now. Anyway, so someone asks a question, they get an answer. That seems to be the answer in this time. But little knave of wands. But someone's like, well, because they do ask a couple times. They ask a couple times. It's the same answer every time, though. So, what are we talking about? If you ask a question and it's like, nah, then it's definitely a no. If you're asking a question and it's like, yeah, yes, yes, that's the answer. I don't feel like the answer is going to change. Whether it's a yes or a no, though, whatever the answer is, a person still wants to, like, try it for themselves. They want to try it for themselves. And they want to see for themselves. And this doesn't feel like a stubborn energy, even if this is like you to spirit, like your spirit team or God or whatever. It's just like, nah, dude, no. Or yes, dude, yes, do it. Of course you can. And you're like, well, I don't know. Let me try. But it's not insecure like that, though. Let me try to stay on track. Someone receives an answer. They ask a question. They get an answer. They don't jump on it right then. They ask a few more times. It's the same answer. Then they actually physically try something. They do something. A person, they put themselves in the situation. They try it out. And it proves that that answer is correct. It was the answer. But it's not like, say it was a no. I don't feel like it's like, I'm disobeying you, spirit. Like, again, you pray on something and the answer is no, for instance, and you're like, well, it doesn't feel, again, like someone's being bratty about it. It's kind of like, I want to try. I guess they're maybe trying to prove, I hope we're not being too redundant, but like that's kind of what the message is like, you ask, same answer. You ask, same answer. You ask, same answer. And then you try, same answer. So again, I guess what we're talking about is the answer to the question that you have received is the answer to the question, but it's like someone has to figure it out for themselves. Okay, 4 minutes of saying the same thing. I guess that's not that long to sit on something, right? 4 minutes? I mean, that's not even a smoke break. It's a barely go sit down in the morning. You know what I mean? Okay. Who's this for? Like, what's the energy? Oh, okay. So we're talking of Venus energy. Just a minute. Oh. Virgo rising? Or, just a minute. Let's just leave this as an open reading. Oh, there's the Empress again. 7 of Cups, Empress, 3 of Pentacles. I feel like this is what we're talking about. It's like, is that the, you ask a question, here's the answer. You ask a question, here's the answer. You ask a question here. A person doesn't take the answer as a definite. They don't. Someone isn't taking something as a definite, but again, they're not it doesn't seem to me that they are viewing it from a defensive position. They're not viewing it from a insecure position. They're not viewing it from a defiant, did we say that? Defiant position? Or egotistical. It's just kind of like, I guess we're saying the same things, which is kind of this reading, right? What we're talking about. It's like we keep saying the same thing, but we keep on going with it. So you have to try something. You have to try something yourself, whatever the answer may be. And again, it proves itself, which I think reinforces trust in something or somebody. Because this answer doesn't have to come from spirit. It could come from somebody else. You know what I mean? It could come from somebody else, from another human. I don't know. But again, it's reinforcing trust. I do feel like someone has to try something. Has to do something, has to try something, has to think about something, has to actually physically, Three of Pentacles, do something a few times before it reinforces again. God, are we being so redundant? I'm not trying to. It's just like I can't get out of this energy. Sorry. So it takes time and your own physical effort it takes time and effort to believe something. And then I saw concrete. To concrete it. It takes time and energy to concrete it. I just saw somebody's uncle. Somebody's brother. Now, this is the thing. I feel like these are the answers. You ask a question, it's like, yes, yes, yes. Or no, 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 whatever it is. And it's just like, but is it true? Like, what? I almost feel like someone can, I don't know if it's logically, they don't have enough information, and that's why they have to try for themselves. Okay, let's give an example. I just saw where someone's like, oh, that restaurant is, let's go in the positive. That restaurant is awesome. And then somebody else is like, man, yeah, I went to this restaurant. This restaurant is so good. And someone's like, oh, yeah, another one. Boom. But a person doesn't know that until they go to the restaurant themselves. And they have to experience, I guess that's the whole thing. This reading is interesting. You have to experience something for yourself. In the physical dimension. With your body. You got to smell it, you got to touch it, you got to feel it, you got to talk to that person, you got to sit at that table, you got to be a part of it to know, and even if, say you were to say to yourself, the answer was no, for instance, but you said to yourself, well, maybe it's a yes. Maybe it's a yes. I don't feel like a person is disappointed if the answer was actually a no. Again, that just reinforces whatever, again, trust from that person or from spirit that came through. But it does help a person really learn something in relation to what they already know what to do. Again, it doesn't feel like a rebellious fuck you spirit or fuck you guy or whatever. It's just, I just saw a fish. Pisces, yeah. To believe something, you have to experience it for yourself. Now I'm seeing where it's like God, right? Like, someone could tell an atheist, I'm seeing this situation, someone tries to tell an atheist, or someone that doesn't know, that God is real, right? Or that, like, there's this creator, spirit, or these other things outside of this world, and they can't get out of this world. They're, like, stuck in it. And they're like, yeah, whatever, I don't know what you're talking about. Until they experience the miracle, until they know spirit themselves, you can't just tell somebody something. You gotta experience it yourself. Alright, so I guess that's what we're talking about. Alright, let's see. Who does this have to do with? Everything has to do with somebody, right? Who does this have to do with? Okay, thank you. With the Hermit. 12:21. Who does this have to do with? So Spirit is very patient with us. Even when we don't listen. Again, I'm seeing where someone prays on something or asks a question. Again, their spirit team, you go straight to God, whoever you go to. Your animal guides, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is to you. Virgo is a wise person too. So again, wherever you go for your advice, even if they were to tell you something, it's almost like, okay, let's take these readings for a minute. It's like, okay, Spirit comes through, we're talking about something, right? We're talking about this right now. It could give you maybe that's why we don't do answers here, right? Like, it's a yes, it's a no, necessarily. It's not the way that it functions here, because the intention here is for you to not tell you what to do, but to figure out why you do what you do. Do you know what I mean? Why you've done what you've done, or why you're about to do what you're about to do. It's not to tell you what to do. That doesn't work anyway, right? Again, I heard the hand of God could come down and shine the light on something and be like, yes, no, and you could be like, but I want to try it myself. Oh, that job is for you. You should buy that house. Or don't date that person. Don't buy that car. And it's like, but I want to test drive it. I want to go check out that house. Okay, now this is a little interesting. If it's a no, if the answer is no, I feel like more than likely a person does go and try it out. Again, I heard, should I buy that car? And the answer is no. I saw someone even pulling tarot cards on something. It's just like, the answer is no. But they're like, but I want to go test drive it anyway. Again, the answer is still no. Everything works out fine. But what happens when it's a yes, I think could be a little different. Because if the answer is a yes and the person is doing the opposite, Like, it's not combative, but like, again, if it's a no, I'm going to try anyway and see if it's a yes. What happens if it's a yes? I guess that would mean that a person subconsciously, or in some emotional context, is like, they think it's a no. So this may be more emotion. So the no's are more physical. In some context, the yeses seem more emotional right now. Because I'm seeing where, like, someone asks, like, am I strong enough for this? Am I smart enough for this? Am I ready for this? That kind of thing. And the answer is yes. But if they think that it's the opposite and they want to try it for themselves, that would mean in the yes context, they don't try, but they should, because it would prove, again, more trust in something, that it is a yes. Now I'm seeing the example where someone's like, should I apply for that job? Like, could I get that job? And I see another human be like, yeah, dude, of course, you'd be great for that. You would be perfect for this. But in a person, in themselves, that's where no comes. Shit. The outside world says yes, the inside world says no. I know this is a little complicated. I'm sorry. I'm trying to wrap myself around what we're talking about, because it seems it's a little, yeah. So let's roll with this. Well, I guess we already said what we said. Okay, we have to say it again. So there's a conversation, again, like we mentioned, it's like a person has to go over something a few times, maybe even a handful and a half. They really go back and forth on something. But again, they have to step forward. You have to step forward. So if for some reason you want to apply to that job, you want to apply for that loan, you want to ask that person to meet up with you, you want to, it seems all positive in the what someone wants to do, but inside of themselves, this Five of Pentacles, it's like, no, I'll never get that job. Like, I'm not smart enough. I haven't done that in a really long time. Like, I can't go on that date. I haven't dated anybody in, like, I heard 8 years, 10 years. Like, I haven't drove stick shift in forever. I can't buy a stick shift car. It's like that kind of thing. But someone's not inexperienced, though. They're not. They're experienced. So I guess if the answer is a yes, you got to go for it. And if it's a no, you got to go for it. But if it's a no, it's just going to confirm that it's a no. If it's a yes, then it confirms. It like trumps your own insecurity. Cool. Okay. Let's see what this hermit. Let's see what else this hermit has to say. I love the hermit. Hermit's so smart. The Chariot. God, imagine how God feels. As we are, like, his children, her children. Especially when the messages are so definitive and literal, and you can, like, hear it. You know what I mean? It's like there's big flags that say yes or no or whatever, and we hear it and we see it. Again, all these senses, right? But we go, and then we have to do it ourselves. Or we don't do it. But I will say, with the things that are yes, again, I feel like someone doesn't do the yeses because of certain yeses because of insecurity. And in those situations, you could miss an opportunity. So I heard, don't hold yourself back. 3 of Pentacles again. 6 of Wands. Try it out. Queen of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. Try it out. If for some reason it doesn't work, 5 of Wands. Okay. But I don't see it happening like that. At least whenever you find this, it's not like that. It's like, again, the no was a no. You don't necessarily, it's not that you don't, a person doesn't believe it. They're like, okay, God, or okay, husband, or okay, brother, or okay, uncle. Like, they trust that that's the thing, but they still want to figure it out for themselves. Like, no, that'll never work. And it's just like, well, let me try. But it is really tricky when you turn it around into the yes. Like, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, you can do that. And it's just like, but no, I don't know. Huh. So God gives us a lot of leeway. Has a lot of patience with us. A lot of patience with us. I'm seeing like a parent with a child, it's like, woof. 10 of Pentacles, the Magician. I heard, I have told you a million times. 4 of Swords and the High Priestess. It's like, I told you in your dreams. Hummingbird. Hi. I showed you through that person. I showed you through that animal. I showed you. I'm showing you, Queen of Swords. I'm showing you. But again, Knight of Wands is like, I'll do what I want. I do what I want. To close this out, I need to emphasize, if there are things where the answer is yes, you're like, dude, I love that house. Or, look, I really want to take that job. I really want to sign up for that cruise. I don't know, whatever it is. And there's just, go for it. Because that would be the no is like an insecurity in you. Maybe you have to check in with your body, this Empress too. Because I do feel like when the answer is no, a person's not sweating whether it is a no or not. They're not gonna. I don't sense them gonna be like disappointed, like, oh, they didn't accept my offer, or like that whatever. They're just like, okay, God. Like afterwards, they're like, all right, you're right. So really what it is this trusting spirit, it's trusting other people, which therefore goes back into trusting yourself and what you hear and what you see and what you're connected to. Does this make sense? 2 of Wands. So I pray that this will help you make decisions in the future that are for your greatest good. Yes, justice, and I wish you the best with that. I wish you the best with that. Some of you have made some really good, Queen of Swords, some really good decisions lately. Or you're about to. Sun, especially as we're entering into Leo season, but whenever you find this. Because I don't sense a person is making a decision out of insecurity. Again, or out of ego, or out of defiance, or whatever. Like, fuck you, Mom, I'm going to do this. It's like, it's not... No, it's not juvenile. It's just exploratory in the no sense. And it's inexploratory, I know, not a real word, in the yes sense. So some of you don't know your own value. 2 of Wands. And maybe you need to write a new contract with yourself. Or maybe there will be a situation Maybe you just need to try it out. Try it out. You might be pleasantly surprised. That's what we'll title this. Pleasantly surprised. That you were right, that they were right, that God is right. All right. Peace out.